This video is sponsored by my t-shirts. I worked with a super talented artist to design some t-shirts inspired by Season 8 of Ninjago, Sons of Garmadon. You can get the design on the front of a t-shirt, the back of a hoodie, or even on a phone case, sticker, or mug. Go to teespring.com/stores/bricksbymind or click the link in the description to get yours today. Hey everyone, I'm Mine, and this is set number 70679, the Ultra Dragon from LEGO Ninjago Legacy. This set contains 951 pieces, 6 minifigures, and retails for $84.99 in the US. I actually got the original Ultra Dragon when it came out back in 2012, and I still have it together today, so I will be doing a Legacy versus original comparison at some point. But this was one of those sets where it was just super surreal to see it being remade, because this is something I had as a kid, and this is one of my big favorite sets as a kid too. I always loved the color scheme. The white is just super cool. It just I don't know, something about it feels really elegant because none of the original dragons were really this color. I guess the ice dragon was white, but he had a lot of orange on him, so seeing the white with the green just felt so pristine and elegant that it was a really, really cool look. I love the trans green in the original. I'm so glad they brought it back here. There's trans green in the wings, but you can also see it in this tail right here. And yeah, these pieces are really cool, and I think they were a great choice for color, and they look really great on this guy. The heads are interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about them. The original had these molded rubber heads, while this one uses brick-built heads. And while as a whole I tend to prefer brick-built heads, I don't know. There's something about the personality that seems to be taken out of these guys. They just feel like dragon heads. They don't feel like the original 4 Ninja Dragons. Maybe it's because there hasn't been remakes of the originals, aside from Kai's Fire Dragon, which is a 4+ set. But I don't know, there's something about these heads that don't have the charm of the originals. However, I do like how they actually look like dragons and not just like toys with the giant shooting balls in their mouth, where they can open their mouth up like this, and they do have stud shoes on the side to still maintain some playability. And I like how there's neck articulation now too. You can move the neck down and up and then move the head around. There's definitely more posability in the head than the original head, which is cool. And it's not just on the Fire Dragon, it's on all of them. And I do like how there's different defining features to make them all different, because on the original, only Earth Dragon had a different head. The other 3 were identical, but in the new one, they each have their own distinct little horns and little pieces on the sides. This one has fire coming out. This one has little ice crystals. This one has these bigger rock pieces, and it's got these horns in the front. And then the lightning one has lightning coming out the back. It's got these spikes right here. It's got the spike on the forehead, and it's got some lightning up the front. I think the lightning one's probably my favorite design of the 4 heads. It just looks really cool. And I love the yellow for lightning. They usually just use blue, and while the blue looks good, it's always cool to see the yellow because it's different. And if you couldn't tell, all the heads can move independently from each other, and all of them can rotate just like I showed with the Fire Dragon's head. You can see at the moment I have Lloyd sitting in this cockpit, or standing really, because he can't really sit because of the back of his hood. He can't sit down or else it'll interfere with the chair, and with the swords in his hands, you see you can sit him down, but then he has to lean forward a little bit, so it's up to you how you want to do it. I prefer to just stand him up with the swords. I think that probably looks best, but if you use a figure that isn't Lloyd, or if you take his hood off, you can sit him down properly. You have these little handlebars right here, but they've got these chains connected to them to, I guess, hold on to the dragon itself. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then you have these swords coming up the sides, the dark green seat, and then these little lightsaber pieces. I think it's a nice seating area. I like it. It looks good. It just doesn't really fit Lloyd that well because of the way the hood works, but that's not the fault of the set. That's the fault of the figure. Then you have this weird disc area right here. I don't love this. This is to integrate into the play feature right here, but I don't know. I think this looks a little awkward. It doesn't look very organic, and as this is supposed to be a creature, it looks a little too mechanical for my liking. Same with these legs. If you can't tell, the legs can't move at all independently, because the play feature right here, if you couldn't tell, is when you pick it up, you can hold it up like this, and the wings will be open. You can also position it so that the wings are open when he's sitting down if you rotate the feet correctly. And the wings will be open like this. And if you want, you make it flap the wings like this. The original could do this too. It had a quite similar feature where you held on to one of these things like this. And I don't know, I feel like they probably should have ditched that in the remake. While it's a cool, kind of fun feature, it makes the thing very mechanical, and it makes it so these legs can't move independently, only the feet can. And now they cut the back legs. The feet are the only movable parts of this thing. See, only the feet have articulation. There's articulation in the center of the body, not the feet, and that's it. And that just feels a little weak to me. I wish they had done more for articulation in this guy, because the original is like this too, and I just feel like this is their chance to upgrade it or do something different, and they didn't. And then there's the tail, which is just a standard kind of Lego Dragon tail, where you can turn it like this, and it waves back and forth. Very sturdy when it waves back and forth, and it does look really good, so I am a fan of how they did that. And then with the wings open, there's how the back of the dragon looks. These rock pieces coming down do look quite cool, I like that, but innards of here doesn't look great. I really feel like this play feature and this whole mechanism takes up too much of the bill and kind of takes away from the like organic look of the dragon, because LEGO's done a really good job with dragons as of recently. There's a lot of like really good ones that look like real actual creatures, but this isn't one of them. It's a cool looking design, it's just not as organic as I would like it to be. I feel like this play feature is integrated too much into it, and I would have preferred if they had done something different with it. But you guys may disagree with me on that point, and that's okay. I see a lot of people in my comments sometimes saying, yeah, that's not a valid criticism, and that's okay. Like, if you think this is fine, if you like this feature right here, that's okay. Like, we're all entitled to our own opinions. Just as someone who had the original, I wish they had done something a little more different with this one. Here's the side build in this set, this little turret with some snake imagery. You can see these purple snakes coming off the sides, and then there's just like these symbols right here, and it's very simple. You've got these two spring-loaded shooters right here, and yeah, it's nothing all too much, but it feels very 2012. Obviously, it uses some newer pieces. These snakes didn't exist in 2012. The spring-loaded shooters didn't exist in 2012. But it uses like the this dark tan and this dark red and the gray, and I don't know. It feels straight out of a 2012 set, so I do like this. It's a fun, nice little addition that really reminds me of the early days of LEGO Ninjago, which is what Legacy is supposed to do. So here are the first three figures included in this set. We have Lloyd, Sensei Wu, and Lord Garmadon. As you can see, these are the Legacy versions of all three of these characters, which makes sense. This is a Legacy set based on Season 1 of the show. Legacy Lloyd, surprisingly uncommon, while figures like Legacy Kai come in so many sets. Legacy Lloyd actually only comes in 3. His spinner, the monastery, which comes with every ninja, and this set. So he's relatively uncommon when compared to the rest of the Legacy Ninja. So getting one of him here is actually really appreciated, and I do like that. However, something strange is he's the only ninja included in this set. You do get Wu and Garmadon, which is appreciated, but it's for a set of this size, you'd expect at least 2. Wu is the standard Legacy suit. It's a remake of his black suit from 2011, while changing up a few things and making it more detailed, and I've expressed before that I really like this outfit. I think it's the perfect kind of Legacy suit by taking something that's old while updating it, while still keeping the original look. And the Legacy Lord Garmadon, I think, is by far the best Lord Garmadon figure we've ever gotten. The face print is awesome, it really stands out. It's not like that weird metallic printing like the original, but it still captures that original design with like the gunmetal gray upper torso, the bright purple in the pants, and the only difference really is that his helmet is black now instead of gunmetal gray. But that's a really easy change, and yeah, I think he's overall an improvement over the original. With Lloyd's hood, Wu's hat and beard, and Garmadon's helmet and upper torso removed, and get a better look at these figures. You can see Lloyd's face print. Same standard head he's had since the movie, nothing special there. Wu's got like that surprised face that he had in the movie. It's an odd face to use as like a generic Wu face, because obviously it's not a very neutral expression, but it works, and I like it for him. And then Garmadon, as I said, has that really angry face, and I think that's an excellent face print for him. And then turning around, you can see their back torso prints. Lloyd's got this like metallic gold dragon in the back, which is a really cool design. I like how that looks. Lloyd is actually one of my more favorite Legacy suits. I don't love the Legacy 1 suits, but Lloyd looks decent. He's got that alternate face, which I don't like. I've expressed before that I don't like that alternate face for him. Wu's got that golden dragon on his back, looks awesome, and the Garmadon just has his shoulder blades and the purple belt. Very simple, but it fits Garmadon perfectly, and there's nothing I would change there. And then next, here we have the snakes in this set. We get all 3 Legacy snakes that have been released, Lasha, Spitta, and Pythor. And it's nice that it comes with all 3 here. Lasha comes in so many sets, and Spitta comes in one other set, but it's nice to have them both, like, because these are very army buildable snakes. And while I'm not a huge fan of the Legacy designs, I still appreciate getting multiples of them. So the fact that both of them come in this set shows to me that they weren't like cheaping out with the figures, because they very easily could have just included just Pythor or just Spitta, and like, I don't think anybody would have really questioned it. But the fact that it comes with all 3 is greatly appreciated here. And then Legacy Pythor, as I expressed in my J Stormfighter review, very, very cool figure. It's not the most accurate of Pythor's original design, but it's accurate enough, and it increases the detail so much. Like, the original Pythor is somewhat simplistic, but like, this guy has such a cool new design, and I think he's an excellent upgrade over the original. These two, while they have more detail, there's a lot of things that they changed, and they look quite different from the originals, while Pythor was very similar to the original, just with more detail. So I don't love Legacy Lasha especially, and Legacy Spit is better, but he's still not great. I definitely prefer their original designs. But yeah, as I said, Pythor is definitely an improvement. He also comes with what I assume is meant to be a Fang Blade, which is cool. It's cool to see that reference from Season 1. With Pythor's head removed, you can better look at his torso print. You can see he's got like this necklace with like a snake biting one end of it and the tail hooked on the other. That's a really, really cool design right there, and I love like the big gemstone in the middle to match the one on his head. And then Lasha, if you remove his headpiece, you can get a slightly better look at his face print. As you can see, he's got the 4 eyes with the one like clawed out. And then turning all 3 around, you can get a look at their back torso prints. You can see Lasha has like some vials on the back. Spitta just has like the snake texture and a little bit of a strap. And then Pythor has that necklace connecting on the back, and then just some purple and black scales. Really, really nice designs on the back of all 3 of these, honestly. I don't mind these at all. So overall, I'm quite mixed on this set. I was pretty critical in this review, but that's just because I had the original. And while this is good, it's not that different, and I don't know, I feel like it should have done more to differentiate itself from the original. The brick-built heads are definitely a different look, and I'm honestly not too sure what I would prefer. If you just asked me, hey, would you prefer molded heads or brick-built heads, I would always say brick-built, but actually having this in hand while after having the original, I'm not sure which looks better on this particular dragon. I think the weakest part of this thing definitely is the center section where the mechanism is to flap the wings. It just feels too rounded and not organic enough, and I don't know, for a creature build, it just doesn't feel right to me, especially one of this size. The back of the dragon, though, and the color scheme are great. And something I didn't mention earlier is it now has plastic wings while the original had brick built, and I think the plastic wings do look cool, and it's a nice look for it. There is a lot I like about this set, and the minifigure selection's decent. There's nothing all too special there, but it's a lot of good figures. Garmadon's good, Lloyd's nice to get, and Pythor's nice to get. They all come in other sets, but they're relatively uncommon, so it's nice to get other ones here. So would I recommend this set? I'd say if you never had the original, this one's decent. You're still not missing too much if you pass up on this one, but I think if you don't have the original, you'll like this one a lot. However, if you do already have the original, I don't think you're missing too much by not getting this one. There's no spectacular figures. There's good ones, but nothing you can't get elsewhere. And while the build is new, it's not different enough for me to really recommend it. This is just me talking from memory, though. I will be doing a full video comparing this to the original version, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm very mixed on this as a whole. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos like this almost every day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.